All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another video here. All right, y'all, back with this quick one here because I know a few people been asking me, is this fight still on or has it been canceled? Can we move on from it? Well, from what it looks like, man, it looks like Tatiana Suarez versus Jandiroba is off. I've been looking around, looking on Tapology and just looking at more recent articles that were, put out after Tatiana Suarez had said, it was like fake news or, just false news that was being put out by some of these other websites and stuff. But yeah, it just looks like that the situation is okay. Tatiana Suarez is not injured, but the fight is still canceled. All right. So it looks like it's some other deal that's going on. They haven't really mentioned anything else about it because, it's been almost, 5 days now, almost a week. And I'm just kind of, trying to find more information on it. I haven't really heard anything else except, what most people heard at this point. So everybody asking me, it looks like, yeah, unfortunately, the fight is off for now. So with that being said, with the fight being off, do we move on? I guess so. Real quick, for some of y'all that don't know, yeah, Suarez, she did address MMA Junkie and WMMA rankings when they had posted up that, the fight was canceled due to an injury, right? But she went on record to say she wasn't injured. Everywhere she was posting was, okay, I'm not injured. So everybody's like, okay, good. So the fight is still on. But from there, it was just like dead air. It was no acknowledgement saying, oh, okay, yeah, the fight is on. I don't know where everybody heard that. The fight is on. It was never that. It was just that, no, I'm not injured. So they were right about one thing, but they were wrong about the other, right? So, yeah, Suarez is out of the fight. But yeah, good thing is she's not hurt. So moving forward, Jandiroba, since she kept hearing everything too, as well, she was like, hey, I'm going to move on myself. I want to fight the champion. Weili hasn't fought, the remainder of this year. So why can't we lock in this fight? So for me, at this point, I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with Jandiroba getting the title shot now because, I think both of these fighters were able to stand on getting the title shot, where you could just put them in line. But at the same time, it would have been nice to see Suarez fight somebody like Verna, who was a little bit more well-rounded and more evolved than some of the recent opponents that she faced, right? She seemed like a threat. So that's the exciting factor of that fight. But now that it's not happening, you can move on because, the way they were lined up, okay, Tatiana's number 1, 10-0, long time, contender, that would have been nice to see. But just like any other situation that happens, okay, if number 1 or number 2 is injured, we keep moving down, right? So I think that Verna is in a perfect position to get that shot now. Will it be this year? I wish. I don't think so though. Just because of the way they've been moving Zhang Weili, I think they're trying to find her a place, somewhere where they can really push her. The UFC is a money machine first, right? So they're not just going to give the fans any old UFC fight night card at this point and just throw in like a pay-per-view is like the third fight down now, since everything else has been scheduled and the rest of the year is closed out. I still believe that even since the fight's not happening in December between Verna and Tatiana, we're going to have to wait till like 2025 for a return for Weili regardless, right? So even with Tatiana out, that doesn't mean Weili's going to step in because even as a champion, I don't think that they'll throw her in the mix now because they'll say, oh, we didn't get enough proper promotion. But for me, I would take it though. I would take it. Like if they replaced the Suarez-Verna fight in December, what was it, December 7th, right? If they replaced it with Weili versus Verna, I'm sure people would still tune in. It wasn't like some last minute thing. We still got another month to go, and people, all they got to do is turn on their TV at this point, and I'm sure Verna and Weili, they'll put it out there. So knowing that fight is canceled and knowing that you have a title fight coming up, I'm sure people will take that. I will. But being realistically on how they move and just with Weili fighting less and less throughout the years, I think that they would probably have her return sometime next year, like January or even March, something like in the spring. So yeah, at this point, yeah, it's looking like the Suarez fight is off. But like I said, I don't want to put anything out there like, oh yeah, what I know what it is. Even like, discussion came up about her being pregnant. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And if she was, I'm not mad about it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and, pout about it because, hey, she's still a woman and she's got a man, right? You put here, you feel like, hey, you got to reproduce. You reproduce first and you fight later. That comes first. That's how I see that. But, you got to look at her age as well. So kids come before then, kids come before then, especially with all the injuries that she's had and illnesses that she's had. That comes first. So if she wanted to do that and then even return to fighting, fine. That's cool with me as well. Fight game continues on. But looking at Verna's situation, I think that, Verna, she's definitely in a situation where she's earned a title shot. I think she's ready to go. She hasn't lost in 2 years. She's got 4 wins in a row against some, formidable opponents. And I think she's a credible, solid threat to Wei Li. I think that the way, which I'll probably talk about in another video, I think Wei Li would have to be careful on the feet as well as on the ground against Verna. I think Wei Li wrestles well and she's physically strong, but just some of the reckless mistakes that she's making when she's wrestling. Imagine when she's fighting like somebody with, great jiu-jitsu like Verna, and then looking at how Verna's patient on the feet, unlike Lemos, I think Verna moves around more and she's a little bit more nimble. She bounces around on the balls of her feet and, she stays out of range. She's just not swinging wild or flat-footed where she's wide open where you can just time her and boom, take her down and drown her. But if you take Verna down, she'll welcome it. So I think it's going to be a good mix there. Could I see, Wei Li just doing what she's doing and then her strength and athleticism prevail overall? Of course, I could definitely see that. But overall, I think that, Verna's definitely gotten to a point where she's looking ready and this is her time. So yeah, I think, the way they rank 1 and 3, just keep it going from here, But what do y'all think in the comment section? That's what I think. As far as now, the UFC will probably move on because at this point, I don't think it would be fair to Verna to, make her wait like a long time for a title shot. I think you got to keep the division going. If Suarez has to pull out now for whatever that reason is, I don't know, maybe a condition like Macy Barber, maybe some type of little condition or illness that she's fine, but not clear to actually be in the cage, It could be that. So while that's being taken care of, I think the next best thing is Verna. Because remember, Verna, she had her an injury too. So, these fighters aren't getting any younger and any more solid or stable. Injuries come with training. So we got to keep it moving. So I'll take Wei Li versus Verna. Shoot, I'll take it in December, but hey, I'll take it at the beginning of the year. Guys, what do y'all think in the comment section? Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.